The table we are looking at right now is Italy's imports of coffee from all exporters. The first thing to notice in this new table is, again, the title, List of Supplying Markets for the Product Imported by Italy in 2018. Product 09 to 0111. Coffee, excluding roasted and decaffeinated. Note also the subtitle in smaller font that identifies the situation of the Italian market within the global market for the product code. Specifically, it states that Italy is importer number 3 in the world, with a share of 7.6% of total imports. This kind of subtitle is available in all country-level analyses in TradeMap. Often the titles have some interesting explanatory notes on sources or HS classifications, which pops up when you click on the eye. We also note that the structure of the output table has changed a little. The first section still provides an overview of the size in value and quantity, with the addition of the market share of each supplying country. The second describes the trends in the target market for each supplier, and the third presents the performance of supplying countries in the world markets. The final section includes the import tariffs applied by Italy towards each supplying country. So let's look a little more in detail at each specific section. The first section, the situation for each of the suppliers in the target market, has 6 parts. The first column shows the value imported by Italy from each partner country in the last year in thousands of US dollars. The second column presents the trade balance that the importer, in this case Italy, has with each supplying country for the specific product code, in this case coffee, excluding roasted and decaffeinated. It is known as the bilateral trade balance for the analyzed HS6 code, calculated by subtracting the value of Italy's imports from the partner country from Italy's exports to this country, always for the specific product. A negative value means that Italy imports more from the partner country than Italy exports to it. Thirdly, we can see each supplying country's share in Italy's imports of the product at the HS6 level. This is the result of dividing the value of Italy's imports from each supplier by Italy's total import value. This indicator establishes the extent to which the import market is concentrated in a few supplying countries, and hence provides a preliminary indication of the type of competition in the importer's market. On this point, we should note that in the title of the table, we can also see that the concentration of supply to Italy has an index value of 0.16, which means it is moderately concentrated. We can confirm this when looking at the country table. Although Brazil represents almost 1/3 of Italy's imports for this product, we can note that there are many countries from different regions exporting coffee to Italy. Finally, we see the absolute quantity imported from each supplying country, followed by the quantity unit and unit value for each supplier. The important difference in unit values between supplying countries is probably linked to the quality of coffee imported by Italy. Arabica from Brazil versus Robusta from Vietnam. Please note that this is the same indicator that was used in the World Imports table, but applied at the country level in this case. The next 3 columns comprise the Trends section. This section also contains exactly the same indicators used for the Global Imports table, calculated in the same way as before. The average annual growth rate of the imported value over the past 5 years. Then the average annual growth rate of the imported quantity over the past 5 years, and, finally, the actual rate of growth of the imported value over the past 2 years. That is, comparing 2018 imports with 2017 imports. These indicators, as with the global imports, allow you to identify the dynamism of the market as a guide to possible future development.